everybody. Lance Russell, Dave Brown, right along ringside. We're ready to go, boy, and what a dandy program we got today, Davey.
I want to tell you, we've got the TV tournament matches beginning with us today, and we're going to have a couple of them. Also, we have other matches. A tag team match, for instance. Mr. Onita Masafuchi will be in here going against Coco Ware and Roy Rogers, and an expiration of time tag team match coming up in which the superstar Bill Dundee and Steve Kern will be partners to go against a team of the Heartbreakers. Now, involved in those TV tournament matches, we have Rick Gibson in one of them, the King, Jerry Lawler, in another.
Yeah, right. I think most people will remember, Dave, probably that Kevin Sullivan was, in fact, the TV champion. There was a big dispute about it because he would not give Dutch Mantell a return match and all, and you know when Sullivan and Wayne Ferris just split and left on the thing. They gave Sullivan every opportunity to come back to defend the TV title. He obviously did not take advantage of it, so it was, as always, declared open. A tournament will be established. There are 16 wrestlers that are entered in the tournament, and we will have on a weekly basis here the elimination right down until a new TV champion is established. And today, as you said, Rick Gibson will be involved in one first-round match. The King will be involved in a first-round match. All in all, some dandy action coming up for you. We've got some great highlight tapes that you've got to see. We'll get to all of that. Better get started on it right now. Be back in just a moment.
Ready to go with a one-fall, 15-minute time limit tag team match. Introducing at a total weight of 438 pounds from Union City, Tennessee, Coco Ware, and from Nashville, Tennessee, Roy Rogers. Going against them, total weight 450 pounds from Nagasaki, Mr. Onita. From Hiroshima, Masafuchi, and their manager, Tojo Yamamoto. One-fall, 15-minute time limit. Referees, Jerry Calhoun.
Onita and Fuji proudly holding their AWA Southern Tag Championship belts. This, of course, is not a championship match with a one-fall 15-minute time limit on it, and they will be going against a young team with very fine aggression. Bell time, and referee Jerry Calhoun says, let's get it underway.
It's Roy Rogers starting against Mr. Onita. Onita, hey, dropped to the mat. He immediately jumps up, looks for the referee, and says, hey, he was pulling the tight. Referee was right there, said, didn't see that. Another nice takedown by Roy Rogers. No complaint by Onita this time that the tights were pulled. Oh, Onita back on his feet. He's pulling hair. He yanked Roy right down to the mat. Head snapped back. Roy was on the mat, on his feet again, and Onita back over to the corner for a tag on his partner, Masafuchi. There's Tojo Yamamoto, the Japanese manager, seated at ringside. Roy Rogers, shoulders down briefly. Referee started the count, but Roy able to roll those feet back over. Fuji, with the head scissors, broke the hold. Both of them back on their feet in the center of the ring. Roy, left arm, puts a twist over to the corner, tags Coco Ware. Coco had the arm barred. He broke the bar. Twist the wrist. Masafuchi. Fuji did a forward roll. That took the pressure off the wrist, but Coco wrapped it up again, tagged Roy Rogers. And Roy takes over. Minute 40 seconds gone in a one-fall 15-minute time limit match. The Japanese team holders of the AWA Southern Tag Team belts. Those belts not on the line here today against Roy Rogers and Coco Ware. Onita in after the tag. He came in with a chop. The force of that broken a bit by Roy Rogers, and he grabs his left arm, puts a twist on the wrist. Tags Coco. He twisted. Onita did a dive toward the mat. Coco Ware right there to tie that arm up with an arm lock. Coco forcing Onita back to the ropes. Whips him across the ring. Backdrops him. Cover. One. Now to two is all he gets as Onita is back on his feet. Coco Ware, fine young wrestler out of Union City, Tennessee, former holder of the TV championship. And And remember, with that vacated title, first round tournament action begins today to find a new Championship Wrestling TV champion. That's coming up later. Masafuchi with a discussion of some sort with referee Jerry Calhoun. I think he received a warning. He bows to Coco Ware. We're back into action. Coco back onto the rope. Now the referee, is explaining to him what a clean break on the rope. He didn't get it, but Coco took care of it himself. 3 minutes, 15 seconds gone. 3:15 into the action. Coco with a body slam on Masafuchi. The Japanese back to his feet. Turns to Tojo Yamamoto and says, well, he's had it now. Tojo nodded. Masafuchi over to the corner, tags Onita. Onita, a vicious wrestler. Coco down to the mat. Coco with a right hand. He wraps Onita up, fires him into the corner. Roy Rogers is there. Now after Masafuchi. Together they go in the corner. Coco after both of them. Smacks their heads together. Back to work on Masafuchi. Onita heads for the corner. Masafuchi. They get here in the ring. Roy Rogers comes in. Cover. Count of 2. And it's a 2 count. Fucci broke out of it. 4.5 minutes gone. Roy Rogers with a cover again. Mr. Onita this time gets there to break it up. 4.5 minutes gone in a 15-minute time limit match. And boy, we've had action the entire 4 minutes and 49 seconds. Japanese team trying to take command here. Onita off the middle rope. Chop across the back. Now, center of the head. Ooh. One of those devastating chops for Mr. Onita. He makes the tag, and here comes Masafuchi. Fucci with the feet.
Boy, Fucci not waiting. He pushed the referee aside to get right back in at Rogers on that.
Onita used his feet, too. Some hair pulling involved in it. Roy Rogers hits the deck. Picks Onita up, dumps him backwards on the mat. Fucci jumps in there. Coco jumps in, trying to keep the Japanese team from gaining advantage in that way. Oh, Rogers, forehead into the top turnbuckle. He's still trying to battle his way out of it. Nailed by Masafuchi.
Really?
Fucci has him in the air. Power slam. Oh. He makes the tag. They keep him away from the tag. Fucci, after he tagged Onita, got between Roy Rogers and Coco Ware to ensure that Rogers did not make it to the corner. That's the abdominal grab he's got on him
Yeah, he's got a reflection of Tojo there, because Tojo goes for that claw to the midsection so often. Onita going after it on Roy Rogers, but Roy's out of it.
Crowd trying to cheer Roy on. He starts for the corner. He does not make it. Fucci grabs him by the hair and throws him down in the ring. Set for the jab. Another jab. And a kick. Hitting him right in the lower part of the rib cage. Oh. Boy, trying to struggle to his feet. He was headed in the general direction of the corner, but he is stopped by the Japanese team. Coco there trying to even it at 2-on-2. Referee sends him back. Shoulders down. Onita with the claw.
Roy hadn't quit fighting yet, Dave.
He's still battling. He's trying to get out of it. He kicks Onita back. He struggles up to his feet. Nails Masafuchi and Onita. Going for both of them. Over to the corner, and here comes Coco. Coco with a drop kick. Puts Onita back to the rope. Fucci on the mat. Onita on the mat. Another drop kick by Coco, and a cover. Referees try to separate Rogers and Onita. Coco throws something in Coco's face. Some sort of powder, whether it was salt or what, we don't know, but Coco's reversed. And a count of 3, and the Japanese team wins it. The referee trying to separate Rogers and Onita over in the corner. Tojo, seeing that Coco had Fucci pinned, threw something in his eye. I assume salt, but we don't know.
Yeah, you can make a bet on it. It was salt coming out of Tojo's trunks in there.
But that was it for the 3 count.
Yeah. Roy was involved trying to keep Onita back, and the referee was trying to get them both out of the ring. And Tojo, of course, took that opportunity. Coco had a great cover right over here on the corner on Fucci after that sensational series of drop kicks in there. But again, it's Tojo Yamamoto who sticks it in and turns the whole thing around.
8:31.
8:31. 8 minutes, 31 seconds. And the winning team officially is going to end up being Onita Fucci. And don't forget Yamamoto, very big part. We've got more action. We've got tournament action coming up for you, and we're going to get to it in just a moment. Big action Tuesday night. 4 main events in the Louisville Gardens, and you're going to see it all. One of the matches will be a famous back alley brawl in which Steve Kern, Bill Dundee, and Big Plowboy Frazier will be going against Bugsy McGraw and the Nightmares. Here's where you start with your clothes on, and everybody tries to rip off the other guy's clothes.
Well, Lance, I ain't never been no match like this, and I really don't even take all my clothes off when I take a bath, so when a man starts taking my clothes off, he got to put some knots on my head, and I'm going to dadgum sure put some on his head. He ain't taking all my clothes off.
Well, I got to see that when they start attacking that. Oh, I can't wait. The bullwhip's going to be on the pole. A Japanese fighting stick will be on a ladder. You and Yamamoto going at it.
Okay, I got a score to settle with Tojo, and last time I was in Louisville, I got treated badly, Tojo, and I don't forget very easily. But this coming up Tuesday, I'm going to set things straight, and I'm going to take my bullwhip or that stick, and I'm going to let you feel exactly what it feels like to be hit with a stick, and you know what it feels like to be hit with a bullwhip. And it's going to be my night, Tojo.
Ooh, that's going to be a vicious match. I just want to say to Rick and Robert, good luck to you in that championship match in there. Effort going after Onita and Fucci's belt.
We're going to be out there at 110%, Lance.
Okay, good. Good luck to you, fellas. Jerry, the folks have got to stay tuned for the rest of this program to see exactly what happened to the Dream Machine. That was a little hot at the time, but
I wanted to be sure and stay tuned because everything turned out rosy as far as I was concerned. I thought I was going to be in some bad trouble, but the people are going to be very happy to see the way it turns out. And I hope the Dream Machine is really mad, and I hope Hart is really mad because I'm tired of playing with these two jerks. I want them to come down there and give it all they've got because I'm going to beat both of them like the dogs that they are, Lance.
Every one of them going to be right there in the Louisville Gardens. You will see it all when Lawler goes against the Dream Machine, Yamamoto and Mantell, McGraw and the Nightmares against Dundee, Kern and Frazier, and then the championship.
A first-round tournament match for the TV title, introducing at 197 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, on the left of your screen, David Price. Going against him, Pensacola, Florida, 228 pounds, Rick Gibson. This will be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match, and the referee is Jerry Calhoun.
All of the tournament matches will be one fall, 15 minutes. I thought it would be interesting today, Dave, if we invited Robert Gibson, the brother of Rick, to come on in here and sit down. And Robert, thank you. Oh, boy, right off the bat, Rick around behind on a dandy move. Robert, he's going against an aggressive young guy. Here's a chance for him to really make a name for himself in David Price. So I know everybody is up for a TV tournament. The thing that's a little curious to me is that everybody seems to put just as much emphasis on the TV title as they would if they were going for the World Tag or the AWA Southern Tag or whatever the title. They seem to put just as much emphasis when in actuality it does not really carry the kind of return to it that a regional title or a national title. Why is that? I mean, what gets everybody up for these TV titles?
Well, Lance, you know that TV title's a big thing. Like, you go in these house shows and you wrestle there, you got like 10,000, 15,000 people. But when you're on this TV, it goes all over. You got like 10 or 15 million people watching this TV station. And to have that TV title means a lot. And I know Ricky's out there at 110%. He's going to go out there to beat this guy here because the TV title does mean a lot, and everybody's out there. They want to get it.
Well, it's interesting to me to see somebody like David Price come along. He's an aggressive young guy, and he's given it his best effort. Obviously, Ricky would be the favorite in it. There are 16 guys entered in the tournament. As a matter of fact, you are also entered in this tournament, and the thought occurs to me, what happens if somewhere down the line in the elimination, you and Rick have to face each other?
Well, I hope that never comes up like that, but, you know, we're both professionals, and if it does, we got to take the situation as it comes.
Okay. Right now, we're seeing Rick go. Oh, Price bangs back. Caught him with a forearm and nailed him with what may have been a fist in the midsection. He's pounding away on Rick, and David Price making a grave effort at it. Slam as he nails Ricky down, shaking his head. And Rick hooking him up. Goes down into the small package. 2-3. Oh, boy, there's a case where that experience pays off, Robert. David went to the well on it once too many, and Rick just hooked him down into that small package, and he ends up with a first round.
We got a 3 count, Lance Wolf. That's what counts. Thank you,
I know it tickles you, and Robert, we're going to be looking for you in that ring in there. Thank you, partner, for coming in and having some comments with us on it. Robert Gibson, who just watched Brother Rick, who was a heavy favorite against David Price, come through, but he used the kind of move that really you have the respect for any wrestler who has the ability to do it, to take advantage of the opportunities and sometimes make your own opportunities. Robert over congratulating Brother Rick on a first-round victory. And by golly, we've got another first-round match coming up today. That'll feature Jerry the King Lawler, one of the pre-tournament favorites. We've got that action. We've got a lot more of it coming up. We'll be back to it in just a moment.
The first round TV tournament match. This one also one fall, 15-minute time limit. Introducing a 212-pound Nightmare #1. And on the right of your screen, at 232 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, the King, Jerry Lawler. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Woody, we're about ready to go with the second of the first round matches for the vacated TV title, Dave. Lawler's got to be a favorite, although I will say that Nightmare #1, while giving away a little weight, brother, he is some kind of rough.
He is indeed. Boy, he has been rough and tough against all opponents. He, along with his partner, Nightmare #2. Oh! Back on the rope. And the referee is warning him about that. Jerry Lawler complaining about being shoved down, and the Nightmare said, hey.
Hooked his leg and dumped him is what he did.
He said we were on the rope and wanted to break. That's why he did it again. Hooked that leg back behind Lawler's left leg and just shoved him back to the mat. Lawler back onto the rope. And he jumps the Nightmare to the mat a couple of times. And again. Now the Nightmare complains that Lawler pulled his mask. That's the way he was getting him off his feet.
Just a little turnabout being fair play right there, Dave.
Exactly what it amounts to. Center of the ring. Lawler fired into the rope. Both of them going. Nightmare set. Presses Lawler to the mat. Count of 1, 2. Lawler.
Really fired him up the air, didn't he?
Boy, he sure did. He broke that up at the count of 2 without any trouble whatsoever. Now the Nightmare wants a conference with the referee. He's talking to the crowd. He said, you saw it, you saw it. And they say, what?
They say, who cares? He didn't know anything but pull my mask. That's the only thing he knows how to say. Because the Nightmare being one of the first family, I was just looking at Lawler, and of course this guy is nobody to take lightly, this Nightmare. Lawler really very intense in this bout. Oh, beauty! Put him down hard.
That's Lawler sustaining part of the damage there. I think he drove his nose into that mat as he put the brakes on.
Running a bulldog on him in there, and the Nightmare taking time out to do a little commentary on how great he is. He'll get his brains knocked out that way.
Try the bulldog again. Lawler jumps him into the rope. Suplex. And the Nightmare rolling on the mat now. Lawler picks him up. There's the right hand. Nightmare takes the opportunity to get out of the ring. There he is, down on the floor. Now looking to the crowd for sympathy and finding none. There is Lawler, just waiting on the Nightmare as he's bouncing around the outside of the ring. Now back up on the apron, through the rope. 3 minutes, 50 seconds. So we're coming up on the 4-minute mark of this tournament match. First round action in the tournament to decide the new Championship Wrestling TV champion. Nightmare number 1 with the headlock on Lawler. Four and a half minutes gone. Nightmare, pounding on Lawler. Back in the corner. Nightmare with that right fist, warned by the referee. First neck breaker, Lawler out of that one. Out of 1, he's able to kick out.
Kicked out, but he didn't throw him off as he did in that first time in there. So the Nightmare having a little effect on the King.
Upper arm, a cover by the Nightmare. Down to 1 again. Lawler nailed by Nightmare number 1, and again. And Lawler answering in kind. He backs the Nightmare under the rope. Whips him across the ring. Upper arm. Nightmare hits the mat. Lawler backs up. Going with the smash. Nightmare was gone. Lawler in the air. Body slam. Nightmare goes for the rope. Lawler rolled out of the way. 5 minutes, 45 seconds into the action. Oh, Lawler with the arm. Hitting nothing as the Nightmare had moved. Lawler hooks him down. Small package. 1, 2, 3. The rest of the first family hits the ring.
Wrestling's overweight nowadays, baby. You're going to see a 200
You better not bring any of that stuff. Don't start that stuff. Yeah. Hart.
The entire first family holding Jerry Lawler. Here comes Dundee. He grabs hard. Steve Kern to Gibson. Dutch Mantell. And the first family now gone except for the Dream Machine. Dream Machine still there. Dundee telling the king about the box that Jimmy Hart brought in here. With whatever's in there, Dream bails out of the ring. Lawler out of there after him. Oh, don't start that. It's molasses. And more feathers.
Come on, Jerry. Hey, that's enough of that now. Get him out of here. Come on, Calhoun. Get him. Oh, Billy. Don't. Oh, there's Doug. Now, that's enough of that. Get.
Hard in the first family is fined $500 for bringing all this junk out here. Wall and Dundee is fined $500 for using it.
I hope maybe it'll cut out some of this stuff. Come on. Just get out of here, Green. Will you just take your mess and get on out of here? If you've got any stinking guts in your body, Lawler! Come on, Green. Come on, you had all of him you want. Boy, that's something terrible. Okay, I'll tell you, let's just go to a break and forget all about the thing. Yeah, take a break. Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens, you'll see it all. Not one, not two, but 4 big main events, plus other action, including Roy Rogers and Coco Ware against the Heartbreakers. Then the Phantom takes on Chief Thundercloud. The first main event, you've got to see the entire show today to appreciate fully Jerry the King Lawler facing the Dream Machine. The second main event is going to be a bullwhip fighting stick match where the whip will be on a pole, the stick on a ladder. Yamamoto and Dutch Mantell doing their best to get one or both of those instruments in the ring. Third main event, a 6-man back alley brawl when Bugsy McGraw and the Nightmares with Hart at ringside against the superstar Steve Kern, Big Plowboy Frazier, all trying to take each other's clothes off. Then it's going to be a Southern Tag Team title match. Onita and Fuchi with Yamamoto at ringside going against the challengers Rick and Robert Gibson with Dutch Mantell in the corner on this one. Don't miss it. Tuesday night is where the action is.
Here we are. Well, officially, the winner of the match, boy, with the confusion there, Lawler did win it. He got the 3 count, 6 minutes, 4 seconds, the official time, so Lawler will advance in the tournament. Yeah, hard
Mike
feathers.
Ford drew feathers on it. Yeah, that makes Gibson and Lawler, if we can get around all the mess that came out. Eddie Marlin stopping that stuff, boy. He popped it fine and right. I don't care what anybody else thinks. He popped it rightly. He got the first family. He got Lawler and Dundee and everybody. And well, anyhow, listen. I want to tell you about a match that had a lot of intensity. And boy, I tell you, this feeling between the first family and a lot of the other guys is really growing. I think you will see some of it displayed in a bout that took place between the superstar and Steve Kern going against the Nightmares with Vice President Golden Boy Chick Donovan at ringside down there. Watch what happens. Tag, Nightmare number 1. Golden Boy Chick Donovan horsing around over there as the Nightmare distracting the referee. Kern out of the corner, and now back into action. Dundee way up in the air on the backdrop, and the Nightmare covers him. 2, and Billy's out. Dundee making a run for the corner. Right through the legs of the Nightmare. Tag on Steve Kern. Boy, look at this Kern go. Bill got over there, made a great tag. He needed it. Abdominal scratch and a beauty. Look at the way Kern has that leg hook. That's going to be it. Well, wait a minute. Dundee in. Knocked the other Nightmare down. The referee runs him out. Nightmare number 2. Headbutt. Kern from behind. 2. And Dundee pulls him off. Nightmare number 1 pops Kern in. Couple of almost. Kern almost had a great one on the abdominal stretch. Look at Kern. Beautiful move. But the other Nightmare breaks it up. And Kern slips in. Sleeper hold. Dundee trying to keep the other Nightmare out of the way. And Donovan, as the referee's running Dundee out. Uh-oh. Donovan in the ring. Dundee and Kern got the Nightmares out, and they're ripping Donovan's clothes off. The referee stopped it, I believe. He's going to disqualify Kern, who's got a temper that flares on him. You can see the cast on Donovan's leg. Here comes Bugsy McGraw with a crutch of Donovan. He nails Dundee and Kern. The Nightmares and Bugsy McGraw working on Kern and Dundee. Donovan slamming Kern now that he's been hurt by McGraw. Here comes the Gibson. And out go McGraw and the Nightmares. They're kicking Donovan all over the place. Donovan caught in the ring, and now he rolls out. Boy, I'll tell you, it was wild and Willie. And after the experience that Hart had had, and then Donovan gets his clothes, so we obviously, as you saw, we edited out some things that we thought were not suitable. But that is an example of the kind of tremendous personal feeling that these guys have developed for the first family of professional wrestling, and I got to tell you, they deserve it, man. They have done everything in the world. They got no respect for anybody else. They have asked for it, and in spades, and they're getting it, too. Okay, we're going to take time out. We've got ourselves a super expiration of time match coming up with Dundee and Kern going against the Heartbreakers, and all of that is yet to come. We are waiting now for the appearance of the Heartbreakers. Already in the ring, Dundee and Kern. And here comes Golden Boy Chick Donovan and his voice. Yeah, okay.
You think it's funny that
Chick
Joe
just,
showing me like that on TV? What do you think this is?
We just
a
showed the tape.
show, a peep show or whatever?
We showed it the way it happened, Chick.
What are you doing showing that on this TV show? This shows the millions of people, Lance.
Yeah,
Russell.
I know.
Humiliated up there. What are you showing this on TV for?
Okay.
Tell me, Lance Russell.
All right. Come on, Chick. Now, we got a match up here, and we got to
We're going to have a lawsuit on your hands.
Okay, all right, fine. Well, you just go right ahead. It happened. It wasn't anything that didn't happen to people.
We're going to take care of business.
Yeah, okay. Well, I want to see your Heartbreakers in action. Okay. We're about ready for our expiration of time match, Dave. How about the introduction?
All right, at a total weight of 440 pounds from Indianapolis and also from Salt Lake City, the Heartbreakers with Vice President Donovan, their manager, going against them at a total of 439 from Tampa, Florida, Steve Kern And from Australia, the superstar, Bill Dundee, to the expiration of time. And the referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Well, I got to say, most unusual attire for the Heartbreakers as they come out. And, okay. Expiration of time. And now referee Jerry Calhoun saying, let's get it ready. Steve Kern starts against the taller of the two Heartbreakers.
All right, this is Rocky S. Rocky S. of the Heartbreakers. His partner, Joseph Cagle. Rocky S. is from Salt Lake City. Steve Kern has got the Heartbreaker under the bottom rope. That gets him a break. Round behind Kern, drops into the mat. Steve Kern. Boy, this guy can move. Oh, Heartbreaker had him in a headlock briefly, Kern. Kern had him, but the Heartbreaker over into the ropes. And referee Jerry Calhoun says, want to break. Kern backed away. Steve out of Tampa, Florida. Tag made, and here comes the superstar. The little Australian takes over the Heartbreaker. Dundee. Heartbreaker, center of the ring. Dundee's shoulders down on the mat. Heartbreaker put a reversal on him, had the shoulders down. Here it goes again, rolls those shoulders down. But the Heartbreaker pulling the trunk. The referee did not start the count the second time that happened. Heartbreaker with the forearm. Dundee back to the corner, has a conference with Steve Kern. They do not make a tag. Dundee stays in here. Rocky and the Heartbreaker in the air, drops on his back, and heads for the corner. Here comes his partner, Joseph Cagle. He's from Indianapolis. Back on the rope. Bill Dundee breaks it. Taps him across the chest. Now the Heartbreakers. A couple of words. Back to the business at hand. That business, whoa. I see what they may have been talking about. They backed Dundee into their corner. Dundee ducks out of the way. And the shorter of the Heartbreakers nails the other one, standing out there on the apron. Heartbreakers have another conference. Bill Dundee over like he's going to listen in. Heartbreakers have Dundee in the middle, but the referee is calling for a break. Dundee half in the ring, half out on the apron here as he hung up in the rope. Heartbreaker drops into the mat. Dundee up on his feet. Trying to get the Heartbreaker off his feet. He does it. He covers. Can't make a count stick, though. Heartbreaker gets to the corner, and the taller one comes back in. 4 minutes gone. 4 minutes into this first ball of action. It's an expiration of time match. The Heartbreaker stepping over his partner, stepping over Dundee. Dundee lets them run together. Heartbreakers run together in the corner. Now they head for consolation and a word of encouragement from Chick Donovan, but instead, Donovan said, what is going on? Donovan starts up on the apron. if he goes through those ropes. He does not. If he had gone through the ropes, that's disqualification. The referee warned him about it. Apparently, he realized that he was about to get his team disqualified. He sits down in the chair again. Steve Kern takes over after the tag. 5 minutes gone. 5 minutes into the action. Heartbreakers make a tag. This is Rocky of the Heartbreakers coming back in. He was unceremoniously dumped on his back. Steve Kern hanging on. Kern wrapping up that arm, sits down on it. Kern holding on as the Heartbreaker, Rocky, almost standing on his head trying to get out of it.
Kern makes a reverse in his direction. He took the wrist lock into a hammer. Now look at the wrist lock.
We are at the 6-minute mark. 6 minutes gone. Heard Chick Donovan calling numbers out to his team again. Woo. They have a playbook or something. I don't know. Last time we heard him do it, it did not work out well for his team. Turns with a forearm. Now slams the head into the turnbuckle. And the Heartbreaker flies across the ring into the turnbuckles. Turns, flips it out of the corner with a monkey flip.
What a pairing, Kern and a superstar, boy. I'll tell you, a couple of rugged guys. Rocky getting wheeled around, a reversal. Steve Kern into it, moves out of the ring.
Heartbreaker ended up on the ropes. Kern falling for Dundee's foot. He got it. And so did the Heartbreaker. Dundee in after the tag.
Good move, referee.
Yeah, referee saved him there. Heartbreakers make a tag, and this is Joseph Cagle. Dundee, Heartbreaker, both into the rope. Dundee hung on, sets himself. There he goes. Dundee with the right hand, nails it. There's the other one coming in to help his partner out. Billy dances back a couple of steps close to his corner, and the Heartbreaker wisely heads back for his. Heartbreakers with a conference. Chick Donovan wants to say something to him. We are very near the 8-minute mark. 7 minutes, 50 seconds gone right now.
Cagle was ready to make a tag in the middle of the ring. Anything to get out of there. Ready to go. Look at Dundee really turn him into that mat. He put that hammer up there and locked him in tight. Oh, Billy's got his arm hooked underneath his wrestling attire there. And the referee comes over to help him out of it, and he's telling Dundee, come on now, you know you can't use equipment like that. Dundee and Kern, a dominant factor in this match, no doubt.
Heartbreaker has his feet pulled out from under it. Billy turns him around in the Boston Crab. The other Heartbreaker there. And that may have saved this first fall. Time beginning to be a factor. We've got about 3 minutes left in the time limit. He says ring the bell.
Oh, okay. What was the disqualification?
Disqualification occurred, I think, with both of them were in here on Dundee back on the rope. I don't know if Chick Donovan were involved or not. We were trying to get the time limit squared away and see how much time we had left. But the win in the fall is going to go to Bill Dundee and Steve Kern. There is no doubt about that. And there is also no doubt that the referee has disqualified Donovan and the Heartbreakers. The reason we're not sure of.
Kern hadn't gone yet. He's staying right in there. He's ready to go with all of them, including... Whoa! Steve Kern, you got disqualified. That's what's going on. First ball goes to Kern and Dundee. You ask the referee about it, Chick. We're not going to argue about any disqualification. You got disqualified. Don't ask us about it. The referee's the official in the ring in there. Well, you go get the referee. You may have time for another fall in there and get back. You better get it straightened out with him and don't try to get it straightened out with us. The first fall, regardless any conversation, is official, and it goes to Dundee and Kern.
8:55.
8 minutes and 55 seconds as Dundee and Kern just had too much for the Heartbreakers in that first ball of action in there. Donovan, even though his leg's in a cast, it doesn't keep his mouth shut. He might need it in the cast in order to do that.
Might be
because he's over here griping about, you know what, and two of the guys were in there, and the referee was involved on the, Donovan was involved down on the ringside down there. So it looks like that Chick Donovan is learning the ways of Jimmy Hart fast as they end up getting a disqualification, and that wouldn't be the first one for the first family of professional
No, they have seen disqualifications before, and they just got another one in the first fall. I don't know how the time stands on it, whether we're going to have time to get a second fall underway or not, but that is only the first fall, depending on the time.
And not only that, did they end up getting the disqualification, they got a pretty good going over from the superstar and Steve Kern.
Yeah.
Boy, you know, we said, I think the first time that we saw them together, that here's a case where you have got two guys who are both essentially excellent single wrestlers, but they meld together very well in the tag team in there. And, of course, Billy has had a little more tag experience than Steve has, but Kern takes to it like a duck to water.
True, that is not always true. No matter how good the individual wrestler, they don't always wrestle well together as a tag team. But in this case, as you say, it works very well.
Oh, and I'll tell you, I don't care. When you go from one to the other, it's like the, what is it, the pan end of the, no, that's not, the fire into the
frying pan into the fire.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, all right, we'll take it that way. We're going to take time out. We're going to be back. Check our time here for you in just a moment. Alrighty, back to action here on Channel 3's Championship Wrestling in just a moment. Man, what a night, Tuesday night in the Louisville Gardens. 4 main events plus other big action coming up in there. The main events will be Jerry the King Lawler going against the Dream Machine, a bullwhip and fighting stick match. That's where the bullwhip's on a pole, the fighting stick's on a ladder, and Yamamoto and Mantell go at it. Then there will be a 6-man back alley brawl with Dundee, Kern, and Frazier going against Bugsy McGraw and the Nightmares, and a Southern Tag Team title match when Rick and Robert Gibson with Dutch in their corner going against Onita and Fuji with Tojo in the corner. Well, it's just a big night in Louisville's Garden there, and by golly, I'll tell you, the folks you're going to see in a little bit.
Give me something that's got to be done. I promise you, Lawler, I promise you with every strength that I have in my body that I'll beat your guts in Louisville, Kentucky. For what you did to me last Russell, you saw it, and you better not laugh, because I guarantee you that I'm not playing with you, Lawler, and I promise you that one way or another that I will beat your brains out in Louisville, Kentucky. You will never, never, as long as I live, get away with what you did to me, and you better believe what I'm saying, boy, because I'm coming after you with everything I've got. And Jimmy, you better...
I was humiliated. My dream was humiliated. And on top of it all, Eddie Marlin fined us for carrying the stuff out there.
Yeah, you're the one.
Lawler, if we don't get rid of you, the first family will leave Louisville, Kentucky forever, baby. You can think on that one. Forever.
Yeah, you're the ones that brought it out there. Bugsy McGraw is going to be in that back alley brawl up there,
Obviously,
too.
the first family has felt revenge in their heart. The fury, the rage is building to a fever pitch point. Now, in a 6-man back alley brawl with a big giant freak wanting to take his clothes off and expose himself to the people of Louisville. Well, that's exactly what I'm going to do. The Dream's going to kill Lawler.
All right, Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens. Yeah, we've got maybe 84 seconds totally or something like that, so that's not going to be enough time for another fall. And to be perfectly honest, maybe a biased opinion, but I don't think it would have made any difference in there. Dundee and Kern were firing the day. Boy, they really looked good.
They were in control, and then Donovan getting involved there toward the end of it is what it resulted in.
Real smart with the referee standing there looking at it.
That's right.
Okay. How about what happened today,
All right,
in addition to that?
In the opening match, It was the Japanese team, Mr. Onita Masafuchi, and don't forget Tojo Yamamoto, because he figured in that match as they defeated Coco Ware and Roy Rogers. Then it was Rick Gibson defeating David Price. This was one of the first round matches in the tournament to select a new championship wrestling TV champion. Rick Gibson, the winner in his match. It was Jerry Lawler defeating Nightmare #1 in another first-round tournament match. And Bill Dundee, Steve Kern, first fall winners over the Heartbreakers, Joseph Kegel and Rocky S. Again, are their names with Vice President Donovan. Disqualification as a superstar, and Steve Kern win it.
Oh, yeah, another big action day today, and I'm beginning to wonder if we shouldn't take this thing out to the chicken farm there where they could go get them right away. We've had a bunch. See you next week. More action for Dave Brown, Lance Russell. Bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers...